Hello, it's been a few weeks since I posted an episode. Yeah, I don't know if you could tell, but when I did the last episode at Christmas, I did the Love Actually episode on this podcast and just a simple minisode on the Digressor podcast. I did both of those at the same time on the same day, and it was just overwhelming. And I basically had like podcast burnout, which I'd always heard about, and I was like, that won't happen. I do things the easy way. But apparently it wasn't easy enough. And so, yeah, that was, especially since I had to do both episodes the same day. And you can tell that I did like a half job on both. I just rushed them. Like, literally, the Christmas minisode on Digressor was like 5 minutes. It's like, yeah, I always do a Christmas thing, and this is my Christmas thing, even though usually it's with a friend as a guest, and it's like an hour and a half. But, like, yeah, I did not plan it. I didn't plan it. So, yeah. I took a little bit of a break. I rethought the whole podcasting thing. I will be doing things a little differently, spreading out the episodes so that they don't come out as frequently. That's less work. And also the Digressor got a lot easier because I have an editor now. So I don't actually have to see. One of the main things with me on Digressor was the editing, because like I basically just record myself talking for an hour and a half, and then I'm like, crap, now I gotta edit. And yeah, that was always the hardest part for me, and it was so frustrating. And so like I was venting to one of my podcast friends, and she was like, "Well, I'm looking into editing, so I could edit your stuff." And I'm like, okay. So we talked about it. I don't she hasn't started. I don't know if like she's gonna have me say it's her, or if it's like I have an editor. Probably she's gonna want credit, but like I'm not gonna reveal who it is until like I post the first episode she edits, and then I'm like, hey, it's her. But yeah. Anyway, that's that podcast. That's this one. This is this one. So Casabloga has been going on for 25 episodes, and I took a long break, so this is the beginning of season 2. And for season 2, I thought I would change things up. For starters, the first season, it was only movies. I only did movies. There were some shows I wanted to do, but I was like, I do not do shows. But it's like, why? Why don't I do shows? I can do shows. It's my show. I make the rules. But in my mind, it's like, nope, this is a movie podcast. Well, now I do whatever. I'm planning on doing, like, because there were TV shows I wanted to do. There were documentaries I wanted to do, musicals, like Broadway musicals. And it's like, those don't fit in with the show. Well, now they do, because I cover them all. And I'm going to start things off with one of my favorite shows of all time. This is, this is a mini-sode, just kind of explaining, because, and another thing, I always try to keep them under like 20 minutes. I'm still going to try to keep them short, but now like there were times where like I really got into talking about a movie that I was doing, and I'm like, oh crap, it's getting close to 20 minutes. Anyway, that's the movie. So like, I'm not going to do that. It'll be as long as it takes. There were some movies I covered. It's like, I don't have 20 minutes of material. So you get like an 8-minute episode, and it's like, yeah, did an episode. So it's however long it is. And that this show is meant to be more of an easier show. that's why like she's editing Digressor, not this one, because I told her like I can still edit Casabloga because those are meant to be short and simple, like minimal editing. Yeah, basically there's going to be some changes on this show. When I started this show, I had like in my mind I set up some rules for like this is what the show is, this is what I'm going to cover, this is what I'm not going to cover. But then like as I went on, like those little restrictions became limiting. And so like, well, I wanted to do this, but I told myself I wasn't going to. It's like, well, now I'm going to loosen it up, so make it more fun. Because, yeah, it wasn't fun anymore. But, like, I still want to do it, you know? So, I had to, like, change the way I did it. And, yeah, I noticed that, like, because I wasn't posting, like, my Twitter account, like, when I was posting regularly, I was getting regular activity on my Twitter account and on my Instagram and on everything. But once I stopped posting, like, nobody reacts to anything. No one interacts. So I was like, maybe I should start posting again. And so, like, I told myself I would start posting by the end of May. I've been saying that since the beginning of the year. I was like, it's like the beginning of the year, I'm like, I'm going to start at the end of May. That'll give me plenty of time to relax and, like, rethink how I'm doing this. And now it's May, and I'm like, well, it just kind of happened naturally, actually. I just felt like podcasting again. And I'm like, wait, it's May. I told myself by the end of May. It's May. I feel like podcasting. So that worked out. So yeah, I thought I would do this little minisode, my first ever minisode on Casabloga, just to kind of like, instead of like wasting the first 10 minutes or so of the first episode of season 2 talking about like, oh, here's an update, figured I'd do a minisode so that whenever I do the first episode, I could just get right into it without having to like, oh, hey, here's the explanation for my absence. Oh yeah, also, I have a new theme song. I'm not going to put it on this one, because, like, on Digressor, when I do minisodes, I don't put intro music. I literally I take the audio, and it's like, edit the audio, and then, basically, minisodes on Digressor is minimal editing. Like, it's like Casabloga level editing. So, there's no theme music on these minisodes, but starting on the first episode, which would be the next one I post, you're gonna hear the new theme song I made. Not song, it's music, theme music. I don't sing. Anyway, yeah. So get ready for more episodes of this show. Yeah, I've never been good at ending these. See, on Casabloga, I have an outro thing that I say. I'm like, have a good, and I don't have anything for here. I should have like a movie-themed one. I don't know. May the force be with you. Actually, no, I'm covering shows now, so this is the way.